You're listening to The Domenick Nati Show. News, gossip, celebrity interviews with limited knowledge and accuracy in sports and politics. And now, your host, celebrity publicist, Domenick Nati.
That's right, it's Friday, and it is time for The Domenick Nati Show on Intellectual Radio in Chicago and iHeartRadio. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve, everyone. That is a Gentile. So today's show, we are going to have SerayahThe Whitfield. She is one of the stars of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. You know, the one with Nene and Kenya and Sheree. Those are the three I know. So Sheree's got a new book coming out. I'm going to talk to her about the book. I'm going to ask her about her beef with Kenya more. And she was also fined recently $1,000 for a house party she had. And I am going to get to the bottom of it. So it might be a long interview, so we're not doing any silly stuff this week. We're going to get right to this interview so I can ask her some questions because I know we have a lot of Housewives fans. So keep it locked here, and we'll be right back with SerayahThe Whitfield on The Domenick Nati Show on iHeartRadio and Intellectual Radio.
Hey, this is Riff Raff, and you listen to The Domenick Nati Show on iHeartRadio.
Do you have a business and are looking for a creative and effective way to market your product or services? Are you an entertainer or recording artist looking for a captive audience to display your talent to? The Domenick Nati Show is now offering on-air commercial advertising for as low as $50. Your product or talent will be presented by celebrity publicist Domenick Nati and be seen on our social media accounts and on iHeartRadio and select stations throughout the country. Send us a message on social media at Dom Nati Show or email DomenickNatiShow@gmail.com for more information. The Domenick Nati Show, maximum exposure, minimum censorship. You're listening to The Domenick Nati Show on iHeartRadio and Intellectual Radio.
Okay, welcome back to the Domenick Nati Show on iHeartRadio and Intellectual Radio in Chicago. I've been telling you all program about our special guest, and the time has finally come. You know her from The Real Housewives of Atlanta, and she is also going to be a renowned author. SerayahThe Whitfield is on the phone. Sherayah, how are you doing today?
Hey, I'm awesome. Getting ready for the holidays. How are you?
Doing good. Yeah, you doing some last minute shopping?
I am. I'm always last minute shopping. I don't know. It's some kind of thrill or rush that I get with waiting till the last minute for some odd reason.
That's awesome. Well, yeah, I want to just jump into some questions. And the first thing I wanted to ask you about is you have a new book coming out next month called Wives, Fiancés, and Side Chicks of Hot Atlanta. Now, why did you write this book, and what can people expect when they read it?
I wrote this book. You know what? I started writing a couple years ago. I was going through quite a bit in my life, and have gone through, things, as a woman, raising, kids and, getting married and divorced. So I've gone through a lot. And then I surround myself with some interesting people as well. So that was kind of my way of, it was like therapeutic for me to put down some of the things that, I've been around or I've experienced, and put it on paper. So it's kind of like, reality TV in a book, but partly my reality.
Okay, and that's going to be, is that going to be in bookstores? Obviously online. I already saw are you taking pre-orders right now?
Yeah, absolutely. Right now we're taking pre-orders. The book drops January 31st, and I am super excited about it. I think people will, find it to be a great read. It's a novel, so it's based loosely on my life, but of course, it's people around me. You may feel like you recognize some of the characters in the book.
That's awesome. Yeah. Now, obviously, being a celebrity and a star on a reality show can be stressful. How has this changed your life, and do you regret agreeing to be on the show?
You know what? This second time around, it's been good for me. I'm in a much better place mentally and physically and socially and everything. So it's not as stressful as I just felt like when I was on originally, I was one of the original cast members. I felt like I was in a really dark place and, going through a lot. I was going through the divorce, and then I had to, my kids and I were being uprooted out of our home, and then I was, going through this child support battle with my ex-husband, and then had to come to work and deal with these, the negativity and the drama with these girls. It was just a lot on my plate. But now I'm in a much better place, mentally again, and I realize, you can't sweat the small stuff. So you got to learn to, brush things off and not get so emotional about, everything, every little thing.
Now, are you dating anyone right now? And if you are, can you reveal who your boyfriend is?
I am currently not dating anyone right now. I am, I've gone on, some dates, and I'm not in a committed relationship right now, no.
Okay. Just keep your options open.
And I am totally keeping my options open. I'm ready, though. I'm ready. I've been single for a while. So. Yeah. But,
so
I'm
met
very,
the right person.
I'm not very choosy. I am, I'm pretty, I know what I want. So when he comes around, it'll be perfect. But right now, I'm still looking, not really looking, but, if it happens, hopefully sooner than later, it will.
Right. But you're ready to give marriage another chance, is that what you're saying? If you meet the right person?
I think marriage is definitely a beautiful thing. You get the right people together. Absolutely. I'm totally for it.
Awesome. What are the pros and cons of being a wife of a professional athlete?
Well, those are some of the things that you'll read in the book as well.
Okay.
People think being a wife of an athlete is, just all perks and, all fun and games and all that good stuff. It's a lot that comes with it, and you'll read a lot about that in the book. I think some of the, definitely is, the perks is, the nice, the fine living and things like that. But, some things that come with it is, you get a lot of groupies, and you get even men. So men can be groupies as well. And sometimes, their families cannot be as supportive because, they feel like you're taking that, a lot of times the guys are take care of some of the family members. So when they get into a relationship or get married, the families, kind of turn against that woman, and because they feel like she's going to take away from what he's doing for them. So, aside from the groupies and, the families and friends that, are not always wanting to be supportive, you have the temperament. I mean, these guys go to work and they work hard, and, sometimes they come home and they're not so nice.
The athletes, is that what you're saying? Because from work, I gotcha.
It's a lot of stress.
Yeah. Do you feel like the wives of other athletes, is that pretty competitive at times? Like everybody trying to outdo each other?
No, definitely not in football. We were a pretty close bunch, and the wives were pretty supportive of one another.
Gotcha.
They were definitely that. When I was married, one of the things, a lot of them are stay-at-home moms. And I was that for a while, and then I decided to open up a boutique. And, I was getting people saying, what are you doing? Like, you don't even have to, why are you working? You don't have to work. I've not been that person who wants to just sit at home and not do anything and allow, someone to completely take care of me. Like, I want to get out and work because I'm passionate about several things, and fashion at the time was, definitely one of them, which it still is today.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, would you ever marry a professional athlete again, or would you prefer not to?
I would kind of prefer. I'll say I never say never. I mean, it depends on who I fall in love with, but that's definitely not something I'm out searching to do.
Gotcha. So you're looking for sincere love, and just whoever the guy is, the right guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Yeah. Now, is there any chance that you would get back together with Bob?
Well, Bob and I have been in a very good place lately, so I can't really say a lot, but you'll have to definitely continue to tune in to Housewives, because it does play out on there.
Okay. Gotcha. Now,
what?
Now, no. I worked in television for 7 years. I worked in reality TV, so I understand. Yeah, you can't give it away.
Can't give it away.
That's right.
Give all the juice away.
That's right. Stay tuned. Now, what is the current status with you and Kenya? Do you feel like she has an outstanding issue with you?
For some reason, I think she does have an issue with me. I don't have an issue with her, but she seems to be pretty bothered by me.
Yeah. Do you have any idea, like, what the problem is with her? Like, why she has this issue with you? Is it jealousy, or, I mean, do you know what that stems from?
Well, we didn't really know each other, so I don't know what it could stem from other than, I have no idea. Yeah, I really have no idea. But I know she's pretty, she's just not a nice person. You know, maybe she's just not a girl's girl. She's just not everyone doesn't, and it's not just me. You shouldn't really see me get along with many. Maybe she's just not a girl's girl.
Gotcha. Yeah. No, it appears, yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah. Seems to be threatened by people a lot from what we've seen on TV.
Yeah.
Now, yeah. So let me clear this up too. You were fined $1,000 for the house party recently. What is the story behind that? Yeah, I mean, do you feel like this is blown out of proportion? I mean, it seems really minor. I mean, can you explain that and just tell me how you feel about it?
Well, to be honest with you, I feel like it was definitely blown out of proportion. I get to the courthouse. There are cameras around. There are people in the courtroom. And I didn't know at the time, I talked to the prosecutor. I said, wait, did you guys call the TV? And they're like, oh, no. But once they called me up there, which they put me in front of a lot of people because they were going in alphabetical order. My last name is W, which I was toward the end when they called my name. By the time they do that, they called me just in time for the 12 o'clock live news. So, I am pissed. They got the cameras. They got people inside the courtroom holding camera phones, their phones, which we all know you can't really have your phone in court.
No, not.
They are literally holding their phones up high in the sky, like catching me walk down the aisle. That picture you guys see of me doing my face, like, what do you look like? I can't believe you're doing it. It's like I'm thinking, at which moment, anytime soon, I know the judge is going to say something to this person who's sitting in the front row recording me on a cell phone. But they said nothing. So I felt like, Sandy Springs, I've lived in Sandy Springs for a very long time. I felt like they definitely turned up, the judge and everyone turned up for the camera. They made an example, and it was ridiculous. They gave me probation as well for something that's not even, this is a code violation, is what they're calling it, a code violation. So why would I have probation? Why would they had people in the courtroom who were driving with no license. They did not get probation. You had another guy in there who was driving like 95 and a 55 and did not get, without a license, on a suspended license, and did not get probation. So I just feel like they really, that's one of, when you ask me about some of the perks and some of the pros and cons, that's definitely one of the cons, because they just felt like, the show, and I don't know if they're pissed off that little black girl was able to move into their neighborhood, and build a home that's, bigger than some of theirs. And they're just pissed off for whatever reason. But I totally don't think it was fair. I thought it was definitely blown way out of proportion and out of line. And I honestly, even with the judge, I mean, everyone else is up there maybe 2 minutes. She just puts on a show when I get up there because the cameras were there. And I was really not happy with the city that I live in.
I mean, what did you do? What was the fine?
Like everyone else. I'm sorry?
What was the fine? I mean, that's the part that I'm still not even clear of after watching. I mean, it's $1,000 fine for what? You threw a party and
for not to record. We've never had to get a permit to record. And then because we had a light outside, we had to, yeah. But you also had production who they also gave a fine. So it's like they're double dipping. Both of us wouldn't need to get a permit. They fined them for the exact same, but they didn't get probation because that's a company. But you can't fine them and fine me. That's like double dipping for the exact same address, or the exact same time, date, everything. Because both of us wouldn't have to get a permit. Only one person, they would have to get a permit. And they're fining both of us for having a light outside. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And I was really disappointed. Really, really disappointed. In the court system that day.
You said this is a predominantly white neighborhood too? Do you feel like there's racism involved with that?
Absolutely. The pictures they said that my neighbor said that there were cars on their lawns, but the pictures they showed on the news, that was in front of my house. It was just ridiculous. There were cars there. I production hired a service to take people to and from. We got a permit from the lot that people were parking at. So I don't know. I'm inside the entire time. I know the police were called out because someone said that people were parking on his lot, but no one ever asked for the homeowner. No citations were given. No cars were towed. So then when I get an email, which I didn't know about until a week later, that I needed to go to court. So they serve you with an email?
Yeah, that is definitely not normal.
Yeah.
Wow. So when they're saying that you're parking on the lawn, are they trying to paint a picture of like, you were having like some urban party or something? Is that like
I guess
the reason
when
why
people? Yeah. They have parties. I've been in the area for 17 years. People have parties over there all the time. So I don't see what the difference was between me and a party. And somebody actually had a party the other day. And I actually took pictures of all the cars parked up and down the street.
Wow.
But that didn't seem to be a problem.
And so nobody reported that problem? Or that gathering, but just they reported yours? Mm-hmm. And because you didn't,
we were not loud because we were taping, so we couldn't have music, So it was, they make it was this loud, wild party. We couldn't even have music. Okay.
Next question is: what celebrity have you enjoyed meeting the most?
I would probably say, now it was a very quick meeting, but Beyonce. I'm such a huge Beyonce fan. I think it was like maybe our first or second season on Housewives. So, when I got on the show, I never thought the show would be this huge phenomenon. I never thought, I'm thinking, okay, probably won't even make TV or, whatever. But when we got on air, I think it was the first season, we went to the Soul Train Awards in LA. Oh, this is the BET Awards. The BET Awards in LA. We were sitting on the aisle, and then Beyonce, oh my gosh, stopped speech, black. I said, was like, oh my gosh, she said, I love you guys show. I watch you guys show. And I was like,
wow.
My gosh, yes. So that to me, I think, a lot of my favorites have passed, unfortunately, like my top three, which were Whitney Houston, Prince, and Michael Jackson. I never got a chance to meet any of them, but that would have been amazing. But Beyonce, I did meet her, and so that was awesome.
And she's a fan of the show. That's huge. I mean, That's got to be surreal to hear that from her.
Yeah. For her to know who we were, and it was like our first or second season. Absolutely, that was huge.
Yeah,
Mom.
I don't even watch TV, but that's awesome. Yeah, she can't be watching too much TV either with her schedule. So yeah, she must have really, yeah. Yeah, that's a huge compliment. Well, the book comes out January 31st. Wives, Fiancés, and Side Chicks of Hotlanta. This is your first book, right?
This is my first novel, absolutely my first book.
Yeah, I'm really excited. Yeah. I got a copy of it. I'm almost through it. It is awesome. That's why a lot of these questions were kind of leading into the book. So I'm glad that you mentioned to read that to get some of the answers. So thank you everyone for listening. And again, get the book. A lot of your questions will be answered, through the characters in the book. And Sherayah, that's for being on the show today.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Yo, what it is, it's your man, Pleasure P, and you're now listening to the Domenick Nati Show right here on iHeartRadio. Make sure y'all keep it locked. Yes, sir.
Do you have a business and are looking for a creative and effective way to market your product or services? Are you an entertainer or recording artist looking for a captive audience to display your talent to? The Domenick Nati Show is now offering on-air commercial advertising for as low as $50. Your product or talent will be presented by celebrity publicist Domenick Nati and be seen on our social media accounts and on iHeartRadio and select stations throughout the country. Send us a message on social media at Dom Nati Show or email DomenickNatiShow@gmail.com for more information. The Domenick Nati Show, maximum exposure, minimum censorship. We're back to the Domenick Nati Show on iHeartRadio and Intellectual Radio.
And we're back. This is the Domenick Nati Show on Intellectual Radio in Chicago and iHeartRadio. How did you like the interview with Sherayah Whitfield? We got a lot of juicy gossip out of her. Actually, the press has been going crazy about this morning. I saw like 2 or 3 articles in the Inquisitor, a lot of people tweeting. So we may have rekindled a beef between Sherayah and Kenya. But, hey, sometimes it happens. Anyway, that's it for today. Have a good weekend and be back right here next Friday on the Domenick Nati Show. We'll see you next week.